Do you know who this is? You've taken his name hundreds of times. You don't think so? Let me tell you about him. Now, in every story, there's the creator, there's the inspiration, and then there's the main character. The creator was educated at Eton, got his start as a journalist, transitioned into banking, became a stockbroker, and when war broke out, joined the Wartime Intelligence Division, where he served as the PA to the Director of Intelligence, Admiral John Godfrey. Nearly everything that he did during this tenure was categorized as highly classified information. He traveled extensively around the globe with the Admiral, met fascinating characters, came to learn of dastardly torture techniques used during the war by a wide assortment of villains, was then made the head of a division where he was responsible for gathering critical information that he managed swimmingly well, courtesy his charm, cunning, and discretion. 3 years prior to the close of the war, he visited Jamaica, fell in love with the place, and decided that once this war was won, he would make this paradise his home. "Wouldn't you get bored stiff here?" he was asked. "I might write a book or two." Within months of the end of the war, he joined Kempsley News, owners of the Sunday Times, as their foreign manager, where he negotiated a 2-month work-from-home arrangement. Where was home? Jamaica, as he proclaimed, where he'd purchased a former donkey racetrack to build a modest beachside bungalow. Now, over the preceding decades, he'd had many girlfriends and was considered by many as an entirely irresistible gentleman to the women. But he'd had this one long-standing relationship throughout the years with a dark-haired aristocratic lady named Anne, whom he was now set to wed. Ever the eternal bachelor, to deal with his prenuptial jitters, he sat down to write that book that he'd mentioned, somewhat as a distraction. Now about the inspiration that fueled this creator. Widely his own experiences, rich, complex, and varied, and his wartime memories, all those fascinating characters he'd encountered, everything came together in this one powerful, heady swirl. Once he started writing every morning, the letters just seemed to race out, with an average of 2,000 words logged daily. Within the month, he'd completed this book. Now about the lead character. He'd envisioned him as this extremely dull, uninteresting man to whom exotic things just seemed to happen. But the chap himself was plainly neutral, a blunt instrument that was wielded by a government department. That all was fine, but our writer found himself uncharacteristically stuck on one particular facet. What should he name this flaming character? He wanted the simplest, dullest, plainest sounding name on this planet, but had been drawing a complete blank. And then he noticed a book on one of his shelves. It was titled Birds of the West Indies and was authored by an American ornithologist, a Caribbean bird expert. That author's name was exactly what he was looking for. His book was now truly complete. His self-proclaimed dreadful oafish opus that he believed wouldn't have a life that long would turn out to be an instant success, selling out within hours of being delivered to the bookstores, demanding 3 reprints in quick succession. It was the plot, no doubt, exotic locales, the dangerous liaisons, and the sheer audacity of its hero. But I do also believe it was the hero's name. The simplest, dullest, plainest sounding name that Sir Ian Fleming had picked off a Caribbean bird expert.
The name's Bond.
James Bond.